Now that's how you do a 200th episode. Roll that intro.
My little pony, what is friendship all about? My little pony, friendship is magic.
Greetings, my Brony and Pegasus friends. Welcome to Crimson Analysis. In this episode, I'll be analyzing Season 9, Episode 4, Twilight's 7. In this episode, the writers actually asked the voice actors what they wanted to have happen to their characters, and Tabitha St. Germain came up with the idea of the main six organizing a heist. Each voice actor got to add in their own little input to this episode. Tara Strong wanted to explore the sibling rivalry between Twilight and Shining Armor.
And at the end of each week, we'd add up the stars. The sibling with the most would win the crown of the Sibling Supreme and bragging rights. Till next time.
I feel like a lot of us can relate to this. Anytime you have a sibling, whether it's a brother or a sister, there's going to be some sort of competition between you. I have a sister, I know this very well.
I've taken the security here to a whole new level. The only thing I need now is some pony to test it.
You want me to break into Celestia's castle?
Wait, hold on. Twilight's 7? This is an Ocean's 11 reference. How did I not put that together until now? It's been a very long time since I've seen Ocean's 11, but I think I caught most of the references.
The castle is surrounded by shards of Queen Chrysalis's throne. Thanks to Star Swirl, its anti-magic powers are now tuned to stop any creature from using a spell to get inside.
Oh, that's clever. That's very clever. This is another reference to Ocean's 11, showing what is happening as it is being explained by voiceover.
Plus, the entrances to the tunnels below the castle have been sealed, so there's no underground access.
Pinky, you'll distract the guards with a surprise party.
Yes, sir, Twilight, sir!
Applejack, you'll buck your way into the sealed tunnels. Rainbow Dash, if any pony can outfly those wind turbines, it's you. Rarity, you'll sew us guard costumes so we can sneak past security. Then Fluttershy will disable the throne room alarm by charming the geese.
Ah, that was adorable, Fluttershy.
Dear Twilight, hope your idea isn't just prison balloons. Tunnels, he guessed your whole plan!
What? Pinky Party Rarity costumes? Sign the future Sibling Supreme? Oh, come on!
Twilight, darling, no pony knows you better than your own brother.
So you're saying I should give up?
I'm saying your brother will win. No matter how brilliant your plan is, no matter how many variations you try, it will be something your brother expects, and he'll always win.
Rarity is right. Shining Armor knows Twilight very well, so he knows how she thinks. He knows exactly what to expect from her, and even if she makes a slight variation, he will expect that. He'll think to himself, if she doesn't do this, she will do this or this or this. If this doesn't work, she'll try this, and this. Again, this entire scenario was Tabitha St. Germain's idea.
When the perfect chance comes along, you do something he can't expect. Then you'll win.
You've been practicing that speech, haven't you?
A little bit. It felt like I rushed. Did I rush it?
Because a house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes, the house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house.
Been practicing that speech, haven't
A
you?
little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I
That
rushed
was
it.
good, I liked it.
First, we go back to film noir.
We're looking for a pony with information.
We got questions, and you're gonna serve us up some answers, Juice Jockey.
And now we get to see what most of the VAs wanted their characters to do. Andrea thought Pinky would want to go to space.
Pinky? We're not actually going into space, right?
No, silly! I'm dropping you two off as soon as we're close to the fans. Then I'm going into space!
Ashley Ball wanted to explore the idea that Applejack had a secret past no pony knew about.
About something a little more down to earth. Like, I distract the guard ponies with a farewell performance by my alter ego, famous country western superstar, Apple Cord.
I didn't know you had an alter ego.
Whether this is actually real or not, I don't really care. On the one hoof, it could just be a fantasy that Applejack had, and think about your own fantasies. If you're not careful, they can take on a life of their own. And Applejack's honesty doesn't actually conflict with this story because of the fact that Applejack is just telling a story. I would like to believe that this is real, and her expression here is just her realizing that she blurted out something she never intended anyone else to know about. Andrea also wanted to see Fluttershy as a spy.
Special Agent Fluttershy. Target detected below.
It's almost too easy.
I guess I'm the only one left that still needs a plan.
Oh, no, darling. That is the plan. You shall do nothing.
That's actually smart too. Shining Armor would never expect Twilight to not do anything. He'll be suspicious of her the whole time, even though she's not doing anything.
Zephyr Breeze?
Zephyr Breeze? Okay, I never thought we'd ever see this guy again. This was also an input from Ashley Ball. She wanted to see Rainbow Dash and Zephyr Breeze interact again.
He's the most annoying pony in Equestria, and he's totally obsessed with me, and we have to come up with a way to distract... Oh, no. Oh, no way.
Oh boy. She looks like Megara. But Zephyr Breeze is no Hercules.
I walk over here and I go, whoa, over there. And I go, yeah. And sometimes I just stand like this and look real cool. And I go down the hallway and go, ow, 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 ow.
Confirmed, Zephyr Breeze is Cusco. And here's Kathy Westlock's input, exploring the family dynamic between Spike and the rest of the Sparkles, with Spike wanting to be like a little brother to both Shining Armor and Twilight. Even though they treated him as part of the family, because he was never treated as a sibling, so he always felt left out in this rivalry.
I was always excited to be a part of Twilight's and Shining Armor's rivalry, like I was their little brother. But they never really thought of me that way.
I know they both have a special place in their heart for you, but sibling dynamics are hard, trust me.
Right, Zephyr Breeze.
Honestly, he can learn a lot from you about being a little brother.
The Palace Guards have a pretty bad track record, and this is why. You never leave your post for any reason. This is really good, because if anyone could find a route through all the air currents, Rainbow Dash could.
But not even I can buck through solid rock.
That's why I brought a specialist.
Hey Maud! I can't believe I didn't like Maud the first time we saw her. Now every time I see her I'm happy. And another Ocean's 11 reference. Show, don't tell.
I had an inside pony help. It wasn't hard to miss there was some disagreement on the whole security thing.
I said we could do it ourselves, but some ponies are a bit more stubborn.
So, while Shining Armor went on and on about all his improved security measures, Luna and I struck a deal. She put Zephyr in charge of the catacombs and helped keep Celestia out of the castle hallways. Once Luna was on board, I just had to do my part. And make sure we stuck to Twilight's plan so we'd all get to the throne room at the same time. I knew Shining Armor would let it play out until the last possible second. Then, while everyone was distracted by his gloating, all Luna had to do was float the crown over to me.
I apologize for not listening to your concerns, sister. It seems we need to make adjustments to account for threats inside the castle as well as out. If you agree?
If you think it's worth discussing.
What's with these two looks? I can't read it. And that was Twilight's 7. Final thoughts, I really enjoyed this episode. Even though it took me a lot longer to realize this was an Ocean's 11 reference than I cared to admit. But it was a very enjoyable episode. We got a bunch of great little scenes with all the actors putting in their ideas. That plan between Spike and Luna though, that was something else. That was very clever. I mean, look at Pinky. You stunned Pinky into silence. That's not easy to do. If you can stun Pinky into silence, you know you've done something. Looks like the two sisters still haven't worked out everything. I went into this completely blind. I had no idea what they were going to do for the 200th episode. I don't think it could have been any more perfect. I was kind of concerned that this episode might be Slice of Life 2.0, but it wasn't. It was just as good though. It's pretty amazing. This show was supposed to end after season 3. This show wasn't even supposed to make it to 100 episodes, and we made it to 200. This just shows you the power that we as a fandom have. This show is here because of us. This show has 200 episodes because of us. Favorite scenes time.
Guess that explains your love of charts and so much else.
With the return of Sombra, Princess Luna and I felt it was time to reinforce the castle's defenses.
I said we could do it ourselves, but some ponies are a bit stubborn.
And thank you, Twilight. Your help will reveal if there are any holes in our security.
All of this is to win some fillyhood competition with your brother?
It's more than that. Okay, it's exactly that.
They jumped out right before the balloon went. But that's all I can see without being in space, where I didn't get to go.
It's good you're finally being honest with your feelings for me, Rainbows.
I give this episode a 9.8 out of 10. It was a really good episode, and we got to see that Spike actually was seen as the little brother by Twilight in Shining Armor. They just had to be reminded of that. Well, that's all for this episode of Crimson Analysis. I'm Crimson Shield. Thanks for watching.